that good? Welcome to another episode of Jim's Farming. Jim's farming cock-ups. Oh dear, it's all going so well. That's not supposed to be like that. So I think, so anyway, I'm baling straw. There's loads of little midges here. Baled a bit over 100 bales last night, but then we had a little bit of drizzle, so I knocked it on the head. It was about 7 o'clock. Yeah, baler's been going quite well. I've had to change a couple of chains on it, which I found were knackered. One of the little wheels off the pickup, the shaft had broken on that when I was baling silage last time. So that had a new shaft, a couple of chains replaced, and it actually is running really nicely where it was. Although the net wrappers decided to throw a wobbly. So I think what's happened, the net has got sort of in the wrong place, and it's actually supposed to go and feed down through there under that roller, but it's gone over the top of it and it hasn't cut it. So I've got a couple of bales. There's one down the field. It did throw a beeper at me, but it beeps and makes all sorts of noises. Generally I'd recognise it, but I'd sort of got a bit lax about it. So I've got a couple of bales with net all through, which is far from ideal. But other than that, it has been behaving quite well. It's not my favourite bit of kit on the farm, but when it's going well, it does make some nice bales. Got a lot of bales here, a lot of straw. Finished combining the other night in this field over that far side. Quite a lot more straw over there. There's a thicker crop. But yeah, this is a real pain, so I'll probably go home and find a penknife, try and sort this out. Right royal mess. So I've got the net wrap cleared, and I just need to feed it back through this roller. So this is what generally causes problems with this baler. Sometimes it picks up on this rubber roller, and you put talcum powder on it, that kind of stops it being so tacky. But basically, when the bale reaches its desired size, it engages these rollers, feeds it through, goes around the bale, and then there's a timer which disengages it and drops a little knife, which I've sort of shown you down in there. For some reason it just got in the wrong place. So what I've done, I've cut it off. What I need to do now is just feed it back in. So you can see that. Yeah, you'll have to see upside down. Pull a bit through, and then just roll the rollers in. Fold the net wrap back in on itself. There. Just a little stop there that keeps the net wrap centered. Okay, and then just fold this back like so. Lock that back in place. Hopefully we should be good to go. That's a bit of a nightmare, that is. Yeah, it's not the first time I've done that. It's a bit annoying because I know on some balers, and I think maybe some of the newer John Deere's, the net wrap unit is on the front, and then you can kind of see what's going on. With this one you can't. So that's what it's supposed to sound like. When it's playing up, it does just a single beep. Quite often if it's played up, I'll get out and have a look, and you can kind of see between the belts if it's put wrap on. I'm just going to wing it this time and have a bit of confidence in the machine. I'll have a look now. Normally the first bale, when you put the net wrap in, it doesn't quite go on that evenly. You can see there it hasn't got so much on, but it's all on there. Good solid bale. Got 3 layers of that going on, just to keep them up together. The next bale should be pretty perfect after that. Yeah, so getting this field cleared, it's about 16 acres. We're going to put some grass seeds in, mixture of ryegrass and Berseem clover. It's going to be we'll graze the ewes on it in the winter and early spring. It's quite handy, it's just over the road from the farm. And then we'll put it into a spring crop, probably spring beans. There's a bit of clover in there, there'll be a bit more protein for the ewes. And yeah, so want to get this baled up and cleared pretty soon. There's a bit of rain in the not so distant future on the forecast, so ideally like to get it done before then. But not only that, I'm going off farm to do a bit of work, starting tomorrow, hop picking. So that's something I've done now for the last 2 years, normally for a couple of weeks at the start of September, for some relations, not too far away. So that's something a bit different, and I'll show you a bit of footage of that going on. Just finishing up, little hare over there. Nice to see him about. Just got Dad loaded up. He's on our little single axle. It's a converted muck spreader. Done years ago. We haven't really got any purpose-built bale trailers, so we got that one. It's a checker plate bed, steel bed put on it, and did actually used to have 2 more wheels, but one of them fell off, and we had another axle, proper axle put on it. And then we got this rusty old wreck over here. That was old Arctic trailer. Got a, I think some people call it a 5th wheel or a dolly on it. Get quite a few more bales on that one. You get 14 on the other one. You get 22 on this one. But we don't go far. We're literally just lugging these bales pretty much down the road, 100 metres if that, and then onto the farmyard. So yeah, this is the only field of straw that we got that I was on baling yesterday. Did start lugging the bales in as soon as I finished getting them baled. I think we got nearly 100 in yesterday, making a bit of hash of this. And that was probably about another 100 to get in. About half the field cleared. That's one of the bales when the had too much wrap, got wrap going through the middle. run the baler through its annual wobbly. It's a steady job this. I was up quite early this morning. Already got a load in on that trailer. That's going to join this load. Got a load in about 9 o'clock last night. Dad decided he'd had enough. Thought we'd better push on and get on. I was supposed to be going to help, as I said, hot picking today, but we really need to get this cleared. And I've also got some slug pellets to go on the oilseed rape. That really needs to go on as well. And then I'll hopefully get that done today. There's a couple of little sheep jobs to do. I think Dad might rope Mum into helping do that while I get this finished. And then we'll just go and whip over this with our cultivator and get our grass seeds in. But that would probably be a job at the weekend. Yeah, so yeah, just give a bit of a shout out to my mate JJ, JJ McLeod on YouTube. He's got a really great channel. He works at ewes Court where I planted the potatoes. He's been giving me a couple of shout outs, which was very nice of him. Thank you for that, JJ. If you haven't seen any of his videos, they're really worth a watch. Ewes Court are farming a lot of ground. They got some really awesome machinery, and they've just JJ in his latest video update. He hasn't posted for a while, which is a real shame because he does put out some really great content, really interesting stuff. Yeah, he's just showing their new drilling outfit. Just got the OSR in, obviously great. That looks pretty awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit steady old job. Sometimes like to go up there. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll come on in twos. Doesn't always work very well. Got to be very accurate with your bale spike positioning to get them even. I've done a pretty average job there. Stacking bales is not my favourite job. I've done a fair bit of it. I've done a bit for somebody else in the past, this season doing that. But yeah, I don't love it. We've got some rape straw down in bottom 3 Forbes bays. I was storing that there for a neighbour. Sorry about being on the wall. My brackets not on the level. And yeah, so we got 2 nearly empty bays. I'm slowly filling them up. Not sure quite whether we'll get everything in here. But you've just got to be very careful with these wooden uprights. It's just a bit awkward. I can remember years ago when we used to have little square conventional bales, having those in here and very naughtily climbing on them. But that is, we're talking 30 odd years. Ever since then we've been on the reins and occasionally squares. So what I like to do, stacking them 4 high, if I put them on individually I do struggle to get the top one up. There. So I put the second and third in the stack up. I put them on top of each other and then lift them up. It's got to be a bit steady and careful with it, just to keep them balanced. But seems to be to me the best way to do it. Yeah, it's just getting a little bit tricky to get them in. A bit of a hash of this. Doesn't all go smoothly into plan. The other thing, you just got to make sure that you've got the tines on the level, so they, when you reverse out of the bale, they don't pull the bales down on top of you. Fortunately, I've never done that. You haven't got to push too hard against them either. Not too worried. I want them reasonably tidy, so they're safe. But I haven't got it perfectly stacked. I just want to get them out, get them on really, get them off. But yeah, they get them reasonably uniform, so we can fit as much in as we can. It would be really nice to have a telehandler to do this. It'd be so much easier. But little John Deere and front end loader does the job. A lot of things on my shopping list that I don't think I'll ever be able to justify, but it'd be just nice to have. It's always a bit sketchy putting the first 4 up on the back side, because there's, when you've got a few up, they've got a bit of support. And you get a bit of a stack going, they're normally pretty safe. They do balance remarkably well, actually. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'll catch you soon.